We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
Had to be for Vasilaki's debut. Had to be for the SES. Yeah. How you going, boys? All right? Good luck today, right? How you looking? Yeah? Looking really good. Mate, put him in the six, mate. I was only talking to someone yesterday about when you came to campus now. They were trying to kick him and he kicked the crowd. That's all changed, man. He's done good. Is it Michaela Ferrari, the doctor that I think it's get him out. I'll be out. Well, good, man. Very good. I'm at Enfield now, managing there. Okay. I'm team leading there today. Where are you? Excellent. Still in the CB. Yeah. You in the precinct? Yeah. I'll let you push around the game.
Welcome back. It's the RAA NPLSA Round 1 fixture between Adelaide City and FK Beograd, the home team. Joining the commentary studio here with Simon Catanzaro. You excited for a big game ahead of us?
Yeah, welcome to season 2025. It's going to be a fantastic game. Both teams have recruited well on and off the park. Apart from a bit of a breeze, it's beautiful conditions to play football.
Good crowd there in the far side as well. We'll go through both lineups, starting with the away side, Adelaide City. Number 1, their new keeper, John Hall. Number 4, Lewis Kylo. Number 7, Daniel Bressan. Number 8, Jared Abichu. Number 9, Matthew Dorber. Number 10, the captain, ever-present, Nicholas Bucco. Number 12, Nicholas Francese. Number 14, Binyam Kabidi. Number 20, Yuki Kitano. Number 46, Oliver Weston. And number 80, the Ronaldinho number with Patrick Caracha. And now with the home side, FK Beograd. Number 1 in between the sticks, Jamie Signorello. Number 4, Marcus Orchard, the new signing. Cooper Nunn returning to the team. Kristen Konstantopoulos joins his brother here now at FK Beograd. Number 7, the vice-captain, Massimo Falco. Number 8, the other brother, Jason Konstantopoulos. Number 14, Uday Koike. Number 17, their import, Lorenzo Boselli. Number 18, Riley Stam. Their captain for today, Jared Clark. And number 22, Froibert Nyonkuru. So it looks like Nico Barrage might even go for the coin toss now. I don't know what he's doing in the middle of the park, but he is on the bench for FK Beograd.
We were just saying off air, Alessio, the benches are quite stacked today, some quality on both the benches. So, as you said, the quality of the league is definitely improving. The quality of the player standard, the level. So it's good to see some good assets to come on, hopefully change the game that both teams need.
100%. This league is getting more and more entertaining every season. Even some of the names on the bench we might see later today. Some ex-A-League players, hopefully some future A-League players on both teams as well.
Absolutely.
And One Solution Park here in Woodville always puts on a show. Going to see what's ahead of us now. Might give you some full-time scores around the grounds just before kickoff, as this is the only NPL game at 5 p.m. today after all the rescheduling. So started the day with a 2-1 win for Croydon. They're at Bologna Reserve. Adelaide United youth team finished 1-0 winner over Raiders, a big scalp there. 3-1 Comets, so it looks like it's the day for the away teams today. 3-1 win over Modbury Jets. 3-3 entertaining draw between Para Hills and West Torrens Bacala. And this is the final NPL game of the day. White City, FK Beograd now renamed, Adelaide City. Before we get underway, looks like game might be delayed a couple of minutes if you're watching on live stream. It was scheduled for 5 p.m, but we're just about 5 minutes past at the moment and still awaiting the first ball to be kicked. Maybe as we wait for that, what are your thoughts on the new kits for Adelaide City today? It looks like they're sporting the collars and a bit more black than white.
Yeah, the kits look good. It's good to see. It's kind of gone back to their original look, a bit of a retro look there. So, yeah, good to see that they're representing well.
Even the keeper kit there, Bit of a striking number in the purple.
Yep. Another ex-A-League player there, John Hall.
Still waiting for this kickoff to get underway. Pitch in great condition. Obviously played the reserves and 18s prior today, with Beograd taking a 2-1 win in the reserves. So good start for them after a probably poor season last season. So it's good to see them get off the mark, and they're going to hope their first team can do the same today. Boselli with the ball. We'll talk a bit more about him throughout the broadcast. And we're underway now. 5 minutes past 5. It's the final NPL game of the day. Nyonkuru now trying to launch forward to Boselli. Puko looking like he's playing a bit of a deeper role from the start here today, which is interesting to see. Through ball to the two number 20s, Kitano and Jared Clark. So we're not quite sure about what the lineup was going to be like for Adelaide City. Couldn't see any natural fullbacks in there, but from the kickoff it looks like it is Abichu, Kilo at the centre back, Francese at right fullback. Might break here for Dorba to get a flick onto Kitano. First strike in anger, and that finds a dog park. And we're going to need a new ball. But as I was saying, it looks like Francese at right fullback. It looks like, I think it's Weston on the far side at left fullback.
Looks like, yeah.
Kabidi on left wing, Kitano up front with Bressan maybe in the 10. And it looks like it's the two elder statesmen of the team, Karacha and Buke in the base of midfield. And yeah, it's quite a deep role for Buke. I've not seen him play this for quite a number of years, even if ever. But it's going to be an interesting start. Yeah,
they'll be looking to get him on the ball as much as possible. They'll try to get all their attacks going through him. He's such a smart player wherever he plays on the park.
Signorello launches long, bit of wind aid. Jason Konstantopoulos spins Francese. Buko comes across, can't find anyone. Boselli now battling out with Karacha in the midfield. Boselli keeps the ball well and wins the free kick, edge of the box. Good bit of strength there from the young import. 24 years old, Lorenzo Boselli. Come from Syracuse University in the United States. Quite a historic college for men's soccer as well. Won the NCAA title there as captain. Played in Serie D to start his career, but he's come here to FK Beograd and he's got quite an attacking quartet to work with.
And it's really good recruitment on White City's end to find him and bring him out and give him an opportunity. Not people know many about him, but like you said, the NCAA is massive competition in college football in America.
Jason Konstantopoulos stays over the top of this one, and the wind's probably taking that a bit too much, and maybe his brother Kristen wanted that as well. Looks like he's going to be almost centrally in the middle of the park next to his brother. But Kristen Konstantopoulos, a very exciting player. Haven't seen much of him in the last few years. He came from Campbelltown, but didn't make an appearance there last season. So most people probably recognise him from his days at Adelaide Olympic, where he was quite the player. And I think he's going to have quite the season, in my opinion. Dorba is in behind. Offside flag does come up as Signorelli takes his cap off to head that one.
An interesting set piece there. John Hall just touching it for Nicholas Buko to play that ball on. Something they've worked on definitely in the pre-season, off-season. And trying to get Dorba in behind the defence early on.
And another one, Dorba. Got the number 9 shirt, and we are used to seeing him on the number 9, but you've got to remember he started his career as a right fullback, right winger at Metro Stars. So to see him on this wing today, looks like it's a familiar place for him. Another long ball. Kylo heads clear. Karacha gives a shove. Referee's not seen it. And Kitano follows through. But he follows through illegally with his arm.
And just back on Dorba, yeah, just someone that's a utility player, can play anywhere and be trusted upon. Played multiple roles, and as we can see today, playing on the right-hand side of midfield, it looks like. Yeah, very good stalwart for Adelaide City the last couple of years.
Here's Orchard, another new signing for FK Beograd, obviously losing their left fullback in Liam Bruno and replacing him with the Sturt Lions left fullback, Marcus Orchard. Here's Francese, they're looking for feet. Dorba does spin. Good one-touch football here now. Kitano spreads it to Karacha, tries to get his body in front of Nyonkuru, but now it's Koike. Nyonkuru probably unrecognisable out there without his dreadlocks today. Sporting the buzz cut trim, it looks like. Hopefully that can get him out, get the locks out the eyes so he can see the ball a bit better. But Boselli again winning some more free kicks, so he might not be the tallest or the strongest striker, but boy does get his body in the way and gets it in front of the ball. Here's Nunn. Finds the feet of Jason Konstantopoulos. Hasn't quite clicked for him for the start of this half, but encouraging for FK Beograd, seeing as they're in the attacking half most of the day. First touch is for Riley Stam. Boselli feeds Stam, cuts inside. Riley Stam with a deflection! Just about spins in with a win there, but into the calm hands of John Hall. Big little chance there. That's the first kind of touch we've seen of Riley Stam, and we know what a striker he is when he's fit, when he gets the game time, and he's given us a little preview there.
Really interesting to see what Riley does this year, because he had an interrupted year last year playing with Adelaide United. He does need that consistency of playing every week, being so young, and we've seen the year before how many goals he could score for Para Hills. And, he's going to get a good opportunity here in this White City team.
Boselli crowded out by Kylo. Does well, he might have kept it in, maybe not. The wind really taking hold of this one at the moment, with Clark and Kitano battling out. Kabidi finds Karacha, leaves it for Buko. From the base of midfield, Buko might get a strike. It's just running away from him. Cuts it back for Karacha across the box. Good sliding tackle from Nunn. We've lost another ball into the dog park, it looks like. So the wind is really coming in now. See what this set piece does. But obviously at the base of midfield, Nicholas Buko, he might get some more chances from set pieces, goal kicks, as we just saw earlier. And hopefully it gives him a bit more time to come back if he is playing in that deeper role.
Yeah, absolutely. And FK Beograd do not want to be giving away any free kicks around the box with Nicholas Buko on the park. We know how lethal he can be.
Looks like he's going to be doing it with his weak foot as well. The left foot corner from Nicholas Buko. Near post, and really not the best start. He might get a second chance now, but Karacha works it around, and it looks like they're going to come out the other way now with Kylo. This is Western, sorry. Hall with the left foot, and yeah, the wind's taking everything so far, Simon.
Well, the wind on screen is playing from left to right, so it's definitely to the advantage of Adelaide City this first half. And I'm sure Nicholas Buko, being the captain, would have taken that in consideration when the toss was pre-game.
Good dummy there from Jason. Boselli now and Kylo. Buko gets his body in well there, keeps it. Turnover, Nyonkuru picks it up. Boselli now. Time to take on the defender. The numbers coming back now for City, and that's Francese getting his toe in the way.
Both teams just seeing each other, sussing each other out still. First 10 minutes, round one.
Big sliding challenge, and Francese's stepped on the ball, unfortunately, so they get another throw. Stam trying to hold up. Buko gets in the way. Boselli and Buko battling out. It's a tongue twister. Now back with Signorelli under pressure from Bressan. Stam in an offside position, does win the flick on, but gets pulled back. Another interesting one is Bressan playing this high in the attack. I mean, he was one of the top scorers for Adelaide City the last couple of seasons. He just does find his way to the back of the net quite often. So to see him almost as a second striker, maybe he's the 10. That's probably the big change for Adelaide City, where you usually see Buko there. They're going to play Bressan there instead. Now Another interesting storyline as well, as you see Signorello on the ball in his hands. They've signed Dakota Oshenham in the off-season, FK Beograd, after having an array of fantastic keepers at the club. With him, Jokic, I think, has stopped playing at the moment now. They have Josh Kavanagh as well. So to have 3 keepers at that level, not quite sure who's going to take the #1 spot. We did see last year a lot of rotation between Kavanagh and Signorello with injuries and suspensions as well. But to have the ex-Adelaide City, one of their captains or vice-captains last year as well, to pick up in the off-season is always a good thing. And as you did say, the squads just keep getting better and better. Here's Dorba on the right side, looks to float across in. Out from Falco. Bressan with the left foot. Didn't connect as he would have liked, but it's early chance for Adelaide City, Simon.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was really good play down this sideline here. Bressan, like you just mentioned a couple of minutes ago, has found himself in good little areas in between the defensive mid and attacking mid of his team, and just feeding off that area of the defence there. He's probably disappointed with his effort on target on his bad foot, but if he keeps getting into those positions, one of them he's going to potentially score from there.
Precisely, and there's quite a couple of new signings on the bench for both teams. We'll hopefully mention them as they come on. As Cooper Nunn gets the ball, he's another one who's come back from US College. He was obviously here and at Adelaide United youth team in the past.
And that's another really good acquisition. Someone that's gone overseas, matured, experienced college football in the United States.
Yeah, as you said, probably the way they train as well, the consistency they train on. To come from there back to this, you probably have the experience, you'd have the nous to know what to do in all these leagues and all the situations you get into. And especially as the early season progresses, where there's a lot of cup games and games in quick succession, he's definitely going to be able to deal with that. Kylo deals with that with a slide challenge, and it's another throw in for FK Beograd. Good to see as well. You can probably see on the far side of the camera, those stands are quite full at the moment, which is great to see. It was going to be a Sunday standalone fixture, but all the other games being rescheduled. There was a couple other games today, so might even see a few more piling in after half-time after coming from a couple of those other fixtures. Orchard looks for the back here. He does get the nutmeg, but I don't think Konstantopoulos, Jason Kind, was on his wavelength. Now it's Abichu, chased down by Stam and gives it away cheaply. Falco, newly named vice-captain of FK Beograd. He's been here quite a few years after making the dubious transfer between Croatia Raiders and FK Beograd Massimo. So
don't see too many of those players changing those two clubs.
Well, he's made it home here at the moment, and he's been rewarded with a role in the captaincy squad. Another giveaway from Adelaide City, but it's a bit of tennis at the moment as Orchard just clears that long and wide. Bucco now, nice and calm at the back.
You could see what Bucco was looking for there. He was looking for Dorba to get in behind this high line of White City and use that win to advantage. As we see the ball now.
Chased down by Dorba. And cleared right into the hands of the new coach for Adelaide City, Vasily Parhas. Storied career in the NPL himself. But to my knowledge, I think there were 4 clubs that were not in this fixture. He was on the red side of the Italian derbies, and
he was. An ex-teammate of mine.
Was he on the? From my memory, was he at West Adelaide as well?
Well, yeah, I think he was. Yeah, but no, we recruited him after a long stint he had at Cumberland, where he was club captain and played a lot of games there. A club legend at Cumberland. We were happy to bring him over to Campbelltown City, where he flourished as well. And, it's good to see him going on with his coaching caper now, coaching one of the biggest clubs in South Australia, with Paul Pezos moving on to Melbourne City and Parhas getting the opportunity at Adelaide City.
That's correct. I mean, he was the assistant coach, I think, to the Adelaide United youth team, and he was one of the coaches in their reserve team as well. I know my cousin had a few with him as well as a coach. So
he's done a good apprenticeship, He's done a real good apprenticeship, worked with some good coaches, worked in some good systems, and it's great to see him have an opportunity. Again, it's such a big club being Adelaide City. They are big shoes to fill, Paul Pezos and Barney Smith, 2 experienced NPL coaches that have moved on to greener pastures, but you can already see early on the way Bass wants to play.
Here's Bucco getting some jeers from the home crowd there. Going to whip this one, near post again. No flick on, but it looks like it's cleared from Beograd, and that wind just taking every ball out on this near side in front of us.
I really think Adelaide City probably want to get a goal with this win going into if the win stays like this. It is creating a lot of momentum for them. They'd want to go into halftime potentially a goal or two up with the momentum it is creating.
Sorry for the wind you might hear on the broadcast. Can't do too much about that. It's coming right at us, and our muffled mics are not getting rid of it as well as we'd hope. Boselli looked like he won it back, but he might have stepped on it himself now, and Francese gets another opportunity to find Dorba to hold up. The Windsor corner, he flicks this in. He does in a dangerous area. Kitano now, just past the post again, the same area that Bressan had, and Kitano just spins it past.
Adelaide City are doing really well at keeping this ball in their front third, keeping the pressure on. 15 minutes in the game, they've had all the better opportunities so far.
Kitano, he's one of their new signings as well this season, coming from Marconi Stallions, where they won the NPL title over there as well. Another Italian team, so it's the connection. Oh, your ex-club as well, yeah.
10 years there, from 7 years old to 17, and a stint in the NPL. A fantastic club. It's my home club, and it's great to see players from New South Wales coming and playing in the South Australian League.
Don't see that too often, but it's good to see, and it shows the stature of a club like Adelaide City recruiting NPL champions in states that some people might say are better than ours. Bressan now. Dorba. Big switch of play. Kabidi. He's got Falco to deal with. Binyam cuts it back. Clark reads it. Now Falco can clear to Koike. Can't clear it too far though. Weston's there on the left fullback now. Kabidi does well with quick feet to win another free kick for Adelaide City there. Keeping this ball in the half.
Yeah, just in front of us, Coach Parhas is really emphasising the fact he wants his boys to press really high up the park. They're trying to get that message to all these boys. Every time they turn the ball over, he's trying to get his team to win the ball back as quick as possible. And we've just seen the beauty of that when it does happen. They've created a free kick in a dangerous area with one of the best free kick takers in the state.
With a bit of wind, I mean, he might look for that far post and maybe even go all the way himself. We've seen it before from him, Nicholas Bucco. Here he is. He's going far post with a header. Across the face. No one's there. Kylo keeps it alive. He is onside. Booker gets another opportunity. This time shifts it to his left. Deflected. Out for a corner. That was a very dangerous delivery, Simon. Back to the far post and headed across the face.
Yeah, it looked like it was going out, but did well to get that back across the goal. And here we go with another corner with this wind momentum. All pressure on FK Beograd here from Adelaide City.
Got to be looking for that far post again. I mean, both of his previous corners did go near post and it wasn't successful. So if you can get it a bit deeper, they've got some tall timber at the back there. Again goes with the near post, again cleared. So maybe he's just missing a trick there with some of his corners at the moment compared to his free kicks.
And FK Beograd really defending deep, but they're doing really well. They're clearing the ball. They need to do this in the first 20 minutes when they're under the pump a little bit.
Bucco gives the ball away and gives the free kick away on Boselli. He seems to be all around the park, Boselli, at the moment. We know him as a striker, but maybe he looks like he's a bit of a floater, almost the same Bressan role that Beograd get to play with.
Yeah, and they really want to be looking at playing off Riley Stam up front too, and bring their midfielder into it. There's some good play here. Good
dummy there from Koike to Boselli. Dribbles, goes past Bucco with ease. Now he's got Weston to deal with. Wins the throw in.
That's going to be the only concern in the middle of the park for Adelaide City as the game opens up with Bucco and Karacha, two naturally attacking players. The defensive side of their game is probably not their strength, and maybe that's an area where potentially FK Beograd can take advantage of.
Falco in front of the home support, down to Koike with a quick turn, and he's going to keep it somehow. Evades a couple challenges. Falco now looks for Boselli. Oh. That's his first natural chance with a head, and John Hall can claim. None now under the pressure from Bressan, and just about gets it over the line, but looks composed in front of the goals there, John Hall. Obviously back in these leagues after such a long time. I think he was with Croydon before.
He was, yeah.
Many moons ago, before Adelaide United, of course, and other stints elsewhere. off-season recruit from Dandenong City. And from all reports, it's a big loss for them. And a massive gain for Adelaide City. Good ball in behind for Karacha. He looks to cut it back again. Kitano! Oh, it's off the post. And Buko can claim. What a massive chance for Yuki Kitano. And he just doesn't stop getting it. Here's Adelaide City still looking for the bounce. Falco does clear. But again, just back to Adelaide City, and yet again, they're just going to pick it up again, Adelaide City. They're on the ball at the moment.
They're looking very sharp this first 20 minutes, very sharp.
Here's Kylo now. Of Scottish descent. Remember last year calling some of his first games, and his dad was hopeful he might get picked up for one of the Scottish youth teams. Kitano off the back there of Falco, just in his blind spot. Does get a late challenge into, looks like it's a head injury there for Jared Clark. So a bit too eager that time, Yuki Kitano. But if you scroll back on the broadcast, that was a great early chance for them. And those incisive cut-through balls through the centre-back, in behind the full-backs, that's what you want for Adelaide City. And they're just getting those cutbacks at the moment.
It's not the first time they've done that, yeah. And they've nearly gone 1-0 up from that opportunity. FK Beograd defence just have to be careful. They just have to hold in here now and just weather the storm.
It's always going to be hard playing into the wind in the first half, and you're happy to probably concede none if that's what you can do, and probably hope for the second half for the wet sails to bring you home. But at the moment, it's all Adelaide City. Francese looks for the feed of Kitano. Orchard can clear, but they just can't keep it at the moment, Beograd. They've got all the attacking talent at the moment, but when it comes out of that defence, they just can't put a strong foot on it.
The pressure on the ball, Adelaide City, is very impressive. It's been very impressive, and it's definitely something Coach Pahas has been drilling into in pre-season for more reports.
Abichu into the feet of Kitano. What a touch for Buko if he can get it to the right. Jumps to the ground, and I think that's a bit premature. I think he might have got the touch before the defender, and he expected a tackle and probably didn't come like he expected. But again, seeing your six that progressive forward as well is a great sign for Adelaide City. He looks like he's stepped up ahead of Karacha at the moment in this phase of play.
Yeah, you'll see him rotate through quite a bit. Those two boys in the middle of the park. It's great to see a 4-4-2 being played.
Back to the good old days. I know I was talking to John Fusco as well at Sturt Lions, and he wanted to bring that back for years. And he said as a player, he doesn't know why coaches didn't use it much more when he was playing in the end. But now that he's a coach, he said, I want to bring it back. One big man, one small man to run off him, and that's the way you play. Also, I was going to mention Buko playing a more deeper role. I saw Jonathan Negus as well as the coach for Adelaide City Reserves, and obviously we did see later in his career, he was a striker, went all the way back to centre-back. So seeing Buko get from all the way forward to maybe playing as a 6 now, probably another 5-10 years you play centre-back?
5 or 10 years he'll be selling real estate. He won't be playing.
Here's Kristen Konstantopoulos trying to harness the wind, but that just sails into the hands of John Hall. I think from memory, I think he's 6'6", 6'5", John Hall. I remember when he played in the A-League, he was one of the tallest keepers they did have. Looks like he's got one of the longest kicks as well as he finds the other palms of Jamie Signorello. Neon Kuru flicks it forward in hope. Does get the bounce off Bosselli. Gets crowded out. Dorba, audacious attempt. Looks like him and Kabidi have switched wings for the time being as well.
Again, it's a tactical decision. Again, Pass is instructing John Hall to play that ball long. It's like, let's give the ball to White City in the defensive half, press and try and hide the park, as we're seeing right now. They're trying to do, and they turned it over.
Buko now looks to spread it, finds Dorba, bit of space. Dorba bounces with Kitano, now bounces with Kabidi, spins and shoots, doesn't connect with it properly, and rolls into the thankful hands of Signorello. Well, I wonder, Simon, if that's for the conditions of the wind that they're playing that long ball kind of thing, and they're hoping we'll give it to the back line of Beograd and they'll just clear it to us anyway.
I think there's a few factors. It's round one. It's definitely a momentum thing with the wind, and it's working, so why would you change it, yeah? We'll see again now Signorello pick the ball up, and Adelaide City setting up nice and high, enticing him to play out, and then trying to win the ball back as quick as they can.
Patiently out the back at the moment, Signorello, and he's going to go long as well. They've got some big frames up there, and that's a high-flying tackle, and he wins the free kick as well, Dorba. Not sure if the keeper's having a chat to the referee. I think he must have, John Hall, and the referee has gotten to Bucco and told him that you keep this down, you're the captain, you should keep your troops in line, and you know what John Hall's got to worry about at the moment. He's having a great game so far. Abitu now with time to turn and drive forward. Bressan picks it up. Weston loose touch to Koike. And now Nyankuru has just one touch to get it out, but they're just Adelaide City pressure at the moment. Brett goes through to Kabidi with a little flick.
There it is, 1-0.
Into the bottom right. The coaches are happy with that from Adelaide City, and that was a Dorba flick into the middle. And Kabidi gets the season underway for Adelaide City. What a finish. Just a little deft flick there, Simon, in front of goals. Keeper came out, just rolled into the bottom corner. What a start for Adelaide City.
Great start, and the momentum they've had the first 25 minutes, they thoroughly deserve that goal. Great ball by Dorba and a great finish to go 1-0 up.
What better way to start your career as well from Adelaide City. Binyam Kabidi played previously Adelaide Olympic, Adelaide Comets, Adelaide United Youth Team, where he scored many goals, but one on your debut away from home is one to savour and remember. 25 minutes in, Adelaide City take the lead.
We spoke about it with the win. They wanted to try to take advantage of. They could get a goal up, get 2 goals up going to half time. So I'm sure when FK Beograd come out in the second half and they've got this momentum, you know, the game's going to be different. It's going to be in their advantage too with their momentum using the wind.
Well, usually, to my knowledge, they had the iPads on the sidelines every time I've been here at FK Beograd. They haven't got them today, but they're looking at that one back. They won the ball on the far side. Nyankuru just flicked it into the middle, looking for someone, hoping for the best. And they just had numbers there, Adelaide City.
They turned it over in the wrong area. And when you do that against good teams, you get punished a lot of the time, as we just witnessed.
Habichu clears that onto the far pitch. But it's good again to see Dorba deeper in the play. I mean, last season he was stuck up top there in the 9, doing a lot of chasing, a lot of channel work, and to see him on the ball more in the centre of the park, out wide, is good to see for him, and you can see why it pays off.
Yeah, well, so far all of the Adelaide City players have looked very comfortable on the ball as well. They want to get on the ball, they want to move the ball, they're finding good little pockets of space to create danger to this FK Beograd defence.
Habichu now, Kitana with a great flick to Daniel Bressan. He's 1v1 with Nunn here. He's got some players in the middle as well. If you can find Kitana, I think that's the one he's looking.
Well defended, Cooper. Very well defended by Cooper Nunn.
What a great interception there to stop the counter-attack for Adelaide City. And now Konstantopoulos tries to find the feet of Boselli, but at the moment they just can't find their own teammates at the moment, Beograd.
And let's hope for the neutral spectator that this is going to, this is going to open the game up a little bit and force Beograd's hand here.
Rest inside. Rest.
For the neutral spectator as well, we did talk about the benches at the start of the game. There's some massive names on both benches, so to see this result go even further in either way is going to be something we expect from this second half. Falco tackled by Karacha. Both of them using their body well. Falco comes away with it.
Well
now they can spread. Look in behind there from Orchard, but 2 Adelaide City players there, and look at the triangles they're creating right now. Bucco looking for someone over the top. You can see Kabidi, he does, but you get a second chance at it as well. Does find him. Audacious attempted a touch. Falco back to Signorello. Boselli flicks it over the top of Karacha. Does get there ahead of him and finds Koike. Koike finds the feet of Kristen Konstantopoulos. Cuts in. Chips it over to Stam. Kylo gets the clearance. Finally Adelaide City clear.
And probably what we'd call an average performance so far by the home team. Boselli has definitely been their shining light. He's good on the ball. He looked dangerous. Good pickup. Very good pickup.
Good movement off the ball now from Beograd, but Not enough to find an option. Looks for the feet of Koike. Got 2 players to work with. Wins another free kick. Oh, another throw-in, sorry. Taking their time to reset a bit, Beograd now. Game's got a little bit away from them in this first half. Haven't been able to keep it on the deck or keep it in the attacking half for a long period of time. See as well from Adelaide City, even from these throw-ins. Look how far deep their team is. Dorber on the edge of his own box. Oh, you wouldn't say that last season, but it looks like defensively they're really structured at the moment. Falco takes it past a few. Looks for the touch of Koike in behind. Abichu fends him off. Of course, Yared Abichu, a former FK Beograd player only 2 seasons ago. Scored some iconic goals here. I think, if my memory serves me correctly, they had an Anzac Day game here, or Remembrance Day game here. And in the second half, he scored 1 or 2 goals for FK Beograd to beat Adelaide City after being 1-0 down. So he's got a storied career here as well, Yared Abichu, but in a different role at Adelaide City at the moment. More of a centre-back, as a 6 probably. But he does get up there from some corners and set pieces, so... Clark looking for the flick. Koike again. They just can't find their teammates at the moment, Beograd.
Yeah, cohesion's just a little bit off when they're trying to keep the ball and play between the midfield to attack. But it's early days, it's round 1. Still getting the cobwebs out.
Bucco now. Space to face forward. Kylo with an excellent ball to Frances. Is he going to get at the end of this? The wind's probably going to take it a bit. Yeah.
The difference really to the other thing is the movement off the ball for both teams. Adelaide City are looking to penetrate and move off the ball. It might have something to do with the wind, but when FK Beograd have the ball, it's a little bit more stale. There's not players making runs into the next line. It's kind of a flick or hold the ball up, play to feet. Maybe something that Adrian will address with his team at half-time, trying to get a bit more mobile and move Adelaide City around the park.
Constantopoulos looking for the feet of Koike. He's got Boselli with a bit of space. If he checks his shoulder, great ball over the top to Jason Constantopoulos. Keeps this alive to take 1v1. Franchese. Jason now. Left foot delivery, far post. Koike went a bit closer. Go all the way over the far side. I think one of the interesting things as well to see from Adelaide City is how deep either Karacha or Bucco stay. The other one gets nice and high and gets a lot of space in that midfield. For FK Beograd, they've got Kristin Constantopoulos and Neon Kuru, both technical sixes, and they all want to get on the ball from the goal kicks, from any free kicks in the defensive half. So that space between them and the front four is just too big at the moment for FK Beograd.
Absolutely right there.
Here's Nunn. Orchard. Booker on another set piece. Again, that gap is just very big for Beograd at the moment. You can find the feet of Bresson with ease. Again, Bresson picks up, looks to switch. Falco in the way. Weston. Bresson finds Kitana with a lot of space. He's got Bucco if he can find him. Looks at Bresson. Oh. Nice save there from Signorello.
Yeah, very good save by Signorello.
Not sure who got in the way, but Bucco looks like he was pleading for that one. And he was annoyed that someone took the touch ahead of him, but an excellent cutback. And the numbers for Adelaide City at the moment. How did he get free, Kitana? 2v1 there on the right back.
Good movement off the ball, making runs into good areas. They're very mobile, they're very sharp. Good start for Adelaide City here.
I think this is about 4th or 5th corner for Adelaide City. Yet to make something pay from them, but if Booker can get this bit past the front post, he'll do well. Go short this time.
Here's the variation.
Karacha again can't beat the first man, and Boselli wins a free kick. Probably won about 5 or 6 just himself. action-packed first half at the moment. Got about 10 minutes to go. But it feels like a long time, the amount of things that have happened in this game so far.
Up we go, up we go, up we go! Yes, Vicky. Yes, Vicky. Yes, back.
Kristen Konstantopoulos does get time to turn now. Porcelli a touch. Fouled again. Here's Stam 1v1 with Abitur, and he's got John Hall. Stam looks for the strike. Gets another opportunity if he can find Koike, but timely interception. Here's Falco. Bounces just away and finally cleared by Nicholas Bucco. A little bit of the home continue. You can see on the far side of the FK Beograd locals.
Yeah, it's good to see some of the juniors come out and support their club. Create a good little atmosphere for the home side.
Every home game on a Sunday, it looks like, for FK Beograd as well. So hopefully that means after all the young kids play their games on Sunday mornings, Sunday afternoons, they can come down here and watch the first team. Another foul. This time it's on Kristen Konstantopoulos. Finally a set piece for FK Beograd to deal with, and some of their tall frames in Clark and Nunn and Orchard can all get at the back post, but they need a good delivery. It's the Konstantopoulos duo over the top of this one, Jason and Kristen.
Drop. Go back.
Bit of tugs and pulls there in the box.
Bit of argy-bargy.
Hopefully put some defenders off. Here's Jason Konstantopoulos near post. Bucco wins the header.
Up we go.
Peters out just for a throw-in. Not the best deliveries they've been today from some of these corners and free kicks at the moment. Perfect surface, and I'd say the wind has taken hold of a few of them, but some of them just haven't got off the ground. Yeah. Jason does well to get past Karacha. Gets in front of Kitano, is fouled. No possession kept, and they're going to get another free kick. That's two in a matter of minutes there for Kristen. That's got to be sore.
It's a good couple of minutes here for the home team. Got themselves on the ball, ball's in the right area. Can they put a bit of pressure on this Adelaide City defence this last 8 or 9 minutes of the first half?
Got to look for a deep delivery and try to evade the hands of John Hall. It's going to be Jason Konstantopoulos. Expect he's going to put a delivery in and not try and shoot for himself. But yet to see. Only 2 on the wall, so maybe that's a bit enticing for a free kick taker. Looking at the far post there of Clark, maybe. Again, doesn't be the first man. Here's Koike. He puts a better ball with back post. Karacha with a head in a dangerous area. Wins the corner. That's brave defending there from Paddy Karacha.
It is brave defending, and I think it's a good call by the referee because Paddy did duck his head down there. I know the Adelaide City bench in front of us is not happy with the decision. Oh, he's actually blown a free kick, has he? Okay.
Either that or offside even, I'm not sure.
It is offside, yep.
But
my apologies, I didn't see the linesman on the other side.
But it's great defending from Karacha. I mean, we did talk about these Adelaide City midfielders turning in, maybe have some defensive frailties, but proving us wrong there so far.
Yeah, done well, very well.
You wouldn't see a number 80 Ronaldinho putting his head in the way of some tackles.
See, and Adelaide City just getting out too easy from John Hall. He's done that a couple of times in his first half. He's playing the ball into the midfield. They're bouncing it off Bressan, and away they go into the next part of the field to attack the White City defence.
Here's Falco, struggling for options at the moment. Finds none. Falco battling on the floor, and somehow there looks like they have won a throw-in again. Seems like they're all switched on at the moment, Adelaide City. No matter if they're an attacker usually or they've had such a career in front of goals, they're disciplined defensively, and that's very important in these leagues. We've seen in the past, I mean, Beograd have missed out on finals just on goal difference, 1 point or 2, so makes a really big difference the amount you concede and how disciplined you are in defence.
think Adelaide City will be disappointed to go in just up by the 1. And I think FK Beograd will be happy to be just going in by down the 1, knowing that they've got a bit of something to work with this weather. I mean, it's probably deceiving what people are seeing on TV, but it is really giving the away team a lot of momentum going left to right.
Kristen Konstantopoulos back to Falco now. Does switch and puts it into a bit of a 50-50 area there for Orchard, and Signorello looks like he can clear, but we know this pitch, it is sometimes a bit bobbly, so just goes out for a throw-in. Flicked over the top, Kylo does very well to keep that under pressure. Kylo wins the head of that time, does Clark. We've got a bit of a crowd behind the fence as well now. They're going to be missing out on the Chavaps at half time if they're not paying to get in. Jason times that clearance. Kitano, Francese, bit of space, can put a delivery in. Cleared, only as far as Weston. Couldn't find any feet. But Norkin, this clearance goes out on the far side. To give you some scores around the grounds, but also there is some State League 1 action happening today as well. See if we can give you those scores in just a second. So the A-League as well, Western United are 2-0 up against Adelaide United, and former Adelaide United player Hiroshi Ibasuki looks like he scored, so it's very unfortunate for the A-League team. Orchard, Jason Konstantopoulos, good header there from Kylo. Handball there from Karacha as he tries to go past. State League 1 action. Full-time Adelaide Vipers and West Adelaide 1-1 today, which is a very interesting result with the high flyers West Adelaide and team tipped to be quite low near the bottom Vipers. It's a great point for them. Otherwise, half-time between Cumberland and Salisbury United, 0-0. And in the added time of the first half between Sturt Lions and Cove, and it's 3-0 up to Sturt Lions at home. Another team expected to be a high flyer this year, Sturt Lions.
They'll be looking to bounce back straight to the NPL, you'd think. Big club, done really well over the last decade.
Got some big ins as well. A couple from West Orange Bacala, some of the Albanian boys, Soy Sakani and Fanasi Lessi. Also picked up Nathan Munro. A couple of good signings. Hopefully get down to a game in the State League sometime soon. But great start for them in the State League. It's a good day to put your mark on the league to be 3-0 up at home before half-time. So Kristen Konstantopoulos just before half-time now here. Looks back post, but again, the wind is just taking this ball all the way over the sidelines, and Stam can't get anything on that. And it's an Adelaide City throw. Francese goes down the line, looking for someone. Nunn's there by himself and just headers it back into the action. Kitano now. Bressan does get the flick, but no one's in behind this time. And now Signorello finds the feet. Clark under the press from Dorber. Definitely has come off him. Not sure what he's arguing about there, but Orchard creeping up that line as well. Takes about 5 metres and finds Stam. Bosselli now. Good switch of play to Falco under a lot of pressure from Bressan. 7 versus 7 there. Koike does keep it. No, he doesn't.
That's all come from Daniel Bressan. Pressing. He's given away a free kick, but the intent is there to not give the home team any time on the ball.
Pitch is very wide if you can make it, but the distance covered by the moment by Adelaide City is quite remarkable. the last minute of normal time. Not sure how long it's going to be added, but for Adelaide City's sake, I'm sure they hope a few, and for FK Beograd, I'm sure they hope a bit less. Here's Jason Constantopoulos, low cross. Kylo clears and avoids a corner again.
Yeah, it's better play there from the home team. That's what happens when the press doesn't work and one player misses out and doesn't do his job. They're able to get the ball out, get between the lines. Just unfortunately, it was a poor cross into the box.
Stam gets a little bit ahead of his defender, puts it in a dangerous area. Koike, Abachu clears. That wind just taking it all the way into the far post. Rasan doing well against Nyonkuru. Goes long 1v1, Kitano and Nunn here, right in the channel. Nunn with a great tackle to keep it alive and keep the ball with Kitano going past him. That's great defending. He's been great today.
Yeah, he's been very good. Looks like a player that's played 300 NPL games that is so young. We know he hasn't, but very impressive first half.
Yeah, the amount of college games, he might have racked up about 300 by now, but not missed a beat since he's come back to the NPL and chose nowhere else to come than his team, FK Beograd.
He's fortunate enough to coach Cooper for a couple of months whilst in the Adelaide United setup, and very, very good kid, level-headed kid. Comes from a good family, and his career is it's been really good to see that he's gone on with it. And now probably one of the, arguably one of the best defenders here in the NPL in South Australia.
Nyonkuru battling out. Karacha can't find the feet of Dorba, and into added time now. Orchard. Looks like there's only about a minute in there. It's half-time whistle here blown at One Solution Park. It's 1-0 to the away side, Adelaide City. Goal by Binyam Kabidi. But there's a lot to play for in the second half, and as you probably see on the camera, some of these substitutes coming across the field. Hopefully we're going to see some of those introductions too, but it's been a good start to the NPL. And we'll go to the break now. I think it's about Elizabeth Grove, one of the new clubs in the State League, has got a bit of a promo at half-time, so we'll see you after the break.
Looking at the group, we've started really well. We've got some quality players. I think there's no reason why we can't play finals.
It'd be good to come back where I started.
It's a big unknown this season, and that's kind of what makes football exciting. My name's Anthony Taylor, and I'm wherever Shirty wants me, but usually in the centre mid or up front. Vibes around the club are always high. When you're with a good bunch of boys like this, it's hard to not get around high ambitions and high expectations.
Miss the club. It has a good atmosphere, good family-friendly vibes about it. A lot of family within the club as well.
Long-standing club in the amateur league, big junior setup as well. So I think it's a really exciting time to come across, be a part of that foundation season.
Off the field, we're all relatively close. On the field, we're working hard to gain that goal and stamp our authority as that northern club that wants to take that next step.
Yeah, we can't wait to get started, mate. Come round one, we'll be ready to go.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
the grand final for Campbelltown City.
Back here for the second half at One Solution Park. 1-0 to the away side, Adelaide City, but you can see on the far side the FK Beograd contingent getting nice and noisy now. I'm sure they'd love to see a goal down their end. We're underway. Here's Karacha to Weston. See if we see a similar start to the first half from Adelaide City and see if they can continue their dominance, or if some subs maybe can complement this game and maybe turn it in the favour of the home side.
Yeah, FK Beograd have to come out with a lot of energy from the start. They need to show some intent to their opposition here today in the second half and really try and plant the ball down in their attacking half with this win momentum.
Here's Stam to Baselli, one of the standouts for the home team in that first half. Finds Jason Konstantopoulos. Tries to return the favour, but he's stitched him up a bit there with a ball to the knees of Baselli. Over the head of Frances. They're chased down there by Jason. Looks like he's forced him out for a throw-in. The home team, home crowd are happy with that one as well. They want to keep this down their end and hopefully get some celebrations in front of them as well.
They do. They want to get Riley Stam in the game. They want to get balls in the box. It's his game. They want to put pressure on this opposition and make their star striker accountable. Give him an opportunity to score goals and create some havoc in that 18-yard box.
Here's Clark to Falco. Drives inside looking for an option. Nyonkuru. They're switching the ball now well. 2v1 out there if he can find him. Orchard goes on the overlap. Jason does find him in behind Francese. Defends it well, but gives away a corner. This is better start from FK Beograd. About a minute and a half in, and they've got the first corner of the half. I don't think we've even seen a corner yet from FK Beograd, if my memory serves me correctly.
I don't think we have. I thought we'd nearly seen one in the first half, and Karachi put his head down. We thought it was a corner, but it was offside. But yeah, this is their first corner, it looks like, of the game.
Kristen Konstantopoulos on set pieces, it looks. See if they can find something. Routine this time to his brother Jason. Gets a better angle, floats it in. Doesn't get the lift as he had hoped. Koike now puts it back post. There's a few numbers there. Stam does have a touch. Looks like it's a loose one though, and it's a goal kick for Adelaide City. So neither team so far look like they can make these corners work. Can't beat the first man and can't get a decent delivery into the far post.
Yeah, we must compliment the defence too. They're in the right position. They're clearing the ball.
Chipped goal kick again. This time finds Kitano. Looks for a bicycle kick touch, but he's been held there by none. But it's an interesting setup. I mean, you see both centre backs next to the keeper, so maybe they're inviting the press, and then they just put it in behind that forward line of FK Beograd and just drop it in and win a free kick. It just seems like they're playing into their hands at the moment. Here's Bucco. Plays it into the head of Dorba, but he's used his hand. Falco now to Clark. Under the press already. Nunn looks for Vaselli, but Bucco's there. Offside position was Kitana, so he couldn't get involved. Kabidi now does though. Spins. Good play. Bucco into the feet of Dorba. Spins on the box. Goes again, Dorba. Good touch. Looks for the cutback and great defending recovery from Falco. But how's the feet from Dorba?
Yeah, very good feet there by Dorba.
Spun on a sixpence there and almost had Falco in bits, but he did recover, got a deflection, and it's a corner for Adelaide City now. Bucco with the two hands up. Hopefully this means finally we're going back post. But we are going with his left foot again. Goes short to Bressan. Bucco now does reverse onto his right. Looks for Kitano. A little set piece routine there to go short and low into the front post. And they're going to have to come all the way back out now with Weston. Paddy Karacha looks for the foul, wins the foul. Him and Boselli, they do love to pick up a foul or two. Both just get their body in front of the ball in ways that you can't see in your own eyes, but they can. Here's Bucco.
Looks like to be a bit of action on the FK Beograd bench here.
Now, again, offside. There's a couple of offsides that have happened in this game that are unforgivable for some, especially if you're a winger looking across the line. But Falco, not many options. He launches long to Stam. This is better, but he just can't keep the ball at the moment. Defender's doing well against him. Here's Nyonkuru. Orchard. His ball is soft, and Francese comes in, takes him out the game as well. Nyonkuru goes in hard on Dorba. Dorba keeps it, cuts it back. Bressan with a flick. Good save from Signorello. Probably not the pace that Bressan hoped was on that one, but good innovation from the diminutive attacker. Here's Boselli. Very composed on the ball under pressure. Orchard. Directly out to Jason early. Continues his run. Doesn't get rewarded. Goes back post to Koike.
It's a great ball in.
Just gets under it though. Lost another ball, but that's a great ball from Jason Konstantopoulos. Dipping right into the head of Koike, but it looks like he just got under it. Didn't get over the ball to head it down into it and just lifted it over the bar. But great little chance there from the winger.
Yeah, it would seem Koike, I think, was expecting the goalkeeper to come out. And I think he had his eyes on him and might have been a bit worried he was going to get collected there by John Hall.
See this setup again. 3 in the box of the keeper. Does roll it out to Bucco, and then they just chip it to that front line and find an easy pass.
Yeah, they're getting out too easy. Adelaide City.
Great ball from Kabidi to Dorba. The keeper did come, and he retreats now. Dorba looked for the flick, might get a second opportunity. He looked for Kitano that time, and now Bucco's on the ascendancy. It's crowded out, but he's going to keep this ball, I'm sure. Francese can switch it now to Weston. Does play a little bit behind him, but he's gone right into this game now, Kabidi. After opening the scoring, looks like he's getting on the ball more and creating some opportunities. Here's another one for Dorba. He's onside, but doesn't even get a touch on it as the defenders clear it. Bucco now 1v1. Looking for the bounce. Crowded out. Now Beograd go on the counter. Here's Jason. Got Akers to run into. He's got a defender coming out now. He's going to cut inside, cuts outside, goes with his left foot. Under the keeper. What a save from John Hall.
Great save by John Hall.
But that's the run. That's the counter attacks that Beograd want. On that side where those fans are. Cuts one way then the other. And a tall, imposing figure of John Hall just gets some fingers on that to push it past for a corner.
It's taken 52, 53 minutes, but that's their best opportunity of the game.
As you did say as well, there's some movement on the Beograd bench. Looks like two of the ones we did expect to come on at some point. Looks like they're stripped and ready, but it might be after this corner. It's going to be Kristen Konstantopoulos on his left foot now. I'd love a goal after all this pressure. Near post delivery. Vaselli looked to flick it, but no luck. Falco finds Kristen, uses his body well. Is he fouled? He is. Doesn't take the possession. They're going to take the set piece as well. Still waiting for this substitution. It's going to be an important one for
Very important, yeah.
FK Beograd, especially the names that are coming on. Couple complaints from the Adelaide City staff about the position of this free kick. Probably did move it a bit inside more than he bargained for. They've got to make this work. Got to lift this. It's against the wind. It's going to be tough, but he's got to get above that streamline to find a head of one of those defenders at the back post. Here's Kristen. Goes low. Bucco with a flick. Gets it on the second time of asking, but again, how many times today? Can't lift it at the moment. Free kicks and corners. Signorello can. Finds a touch of Kabidi. He's got a lot of space to run into. Finds Kitano. Looked for Dorba, but he's stopped his run, and I think we're going to see these substitutions now, Simon.
Looks like, yeah. Double substitution coming up.
That's who we expect. We did say these teams and these clubs in these leagues have such a stacked squad list at the moment. Beograd goes to theirs first, and it's going to be Anthony Trimboli.
It's a good play to be bringing on. Very good play to be bringing on.
He's going to come off for Freubert Nyankuru in the midfield. And the other one is the club captain, Andoni Natsiopoulos. Struggled with some injuries last year, but had a good start to the season, a good pre-season as well. So we're going to see him in the base of midfield. Takes the armband as well off Clark. And it looks like it's Koike who's come off on the far side as well. So like-for-like subs. Trimboli on the near side as a right winger. And Andoni Natsiopoulos in the base of midfield. Early subs as well. I mean, I'm not sure what he said in the team talk. If you have 10 minutes to show me something, I wasn't going to make some subs, but he's made them. 55 minutes in. See what that does for Beograd now. Kristen picks it up. Looks early already for Trimboli. And he gets a good touch into an area, but Sam's just not reading the wavelength that he's playing on at the moment. Kitano, has he broken the offside trap? He hasn't. So the far side flag has gone up. As he did say, we need to see Stan more in this game. He just seems like he's second best to every ball at the moment. He's a fantastic striker. We know what he can do in the box and in front of goals, but at the moment, to build up to those chances, he's really got to get involved a bit more.
Adelaide City going to their bench there, and how's this for a dual substitution?
Just said how strong the Beograd bench is. How strong is this Adelaide City bench? Got Lewis Larry Latanzio, ex-Melbourne Victory, ex-player in Canada as well. And now we've got for his debut back in the NPLSA, Bruce Kamau. A name storied with this state, storied with an Adelaide name. And he's going to come on for another man storied with this club. Nicholas Bucco, he's come off.
Yeah, good stint by Nicholas Bucco. 56, 57 minutes.
And Matt Dorber as well. So we'll see how that changes. I mean, that's two very attacking players on for someone who's playing in the midfield and someone who's playing on the wing. So how's that front five for Adelaide City? Kamau, Karacha, Laura Latanzio, Kabidi and Kitano. How many goals are they going to score this season? Here's Trimboli. He's got the number 11 shirt, Kamau, as well. I was hoping he was going to bring back the number 24. But a big player in this team, so he's going to get a big number like 11. Here's Stam. That's a better touch from him. Just gets away from him, though, with the wind. Here's Hall with his left foot. He's taking the armband for Adelaide City now, so a couple of captaincy changes. Trimboli. Adelaide City definitely trying to push for another goal and probably push this game out of the reach of FK Beograd. So they're going full all-out attack. Orchard against Kamau. Jason Constantopoulos spins one way then the other, finds the feet of Baselli. Does he win another foul? He doesn't. Referee plays play on. Here's Natsiopoulos. Kristen Constantopoulos to Baselli. This is much better from Beograd. This is just the final pass and might just go a bit too far of Falco. That's a lot better from FK Beograd. They're keeping it in the middle of the park. They're playing 1-2 bounces, triangles in the middle of the park. It's what the home side want to see. Weston looking for Kabidi. Crowded out by two Beograd players. The deflection on this. Here's Natsiopoulos. Finds Jason. Boselli. His touch is loose. And Karacha doing some defensive duties now. He's the only one left in that midfield who's got a bit of defensive mind to him at the moment. Kristen needs to switch this. They've got Jason on the far side. Natsiopoulos takes the touch. A big tackle from Karacha. Natsiopoulos comes away with it. Here's Trimboli. Anthony Trimboli shifts onto his left. Far post, there's players there. Natsiopoulos was the one, but it's gone all the way back to Jason. Here's Orchard, flicks one in. Abitu to clear. Kristen Constantopoulos to Stam. He just can't keep the ball at the moment though, Riley Stam. Larry Latanzio gets a tug from Natsiopoulos. He's been on the pitch for, 5 minutes? Picks up the first yellow card of the season and the first yellow card of the game. Great chance there from Anthony Trimboli though. Expect him to take that on his right foot. Set a bit, took it on his left, put it into a very dangerous area, but looked like no one could connect to the far post. But they're getting numbers in there at the moment. Natsiopoulos was in there. The far post was stacked. That's good for Beograd. They're definitely getting forward much better than the first half.
And for all of Adelaide City's dominance, only up by 1 goal. You know that the home team are going to come out and they're going to...
And here's the pressure. Kabidi's forced it. Looks for a bounce in the middle. Larry Latanzio takes a pass one and another. Falco's there. Does it come off Falco? It must have gone out already, but just about to be commentator's curse there as Adelaide City. Put some pressure on Kabidi on Clark and looked for someone to tap it to in the middle of the box, but he couldn't find him.
Yeah, the longer this game goes like this and stays 1-0, the home side are going to have to look at pressing higher and really taking it to Adelaide City. So I think we've got an interesting 30-odd minutes to go.
Here's Falco with the throw. Finds Boselli. Uses bodies well, and it's got to be almost in double digits of fouls created at the moment, Boselli. It's everywhere.
Putting himself about.
Looks like the game in the A-League's finished as well. Western United 3-0 winners over Adelaide United. We'll look to some scores elsewhere. In the State League, Sturt Lions 6, the Cove 0, and there's still 20 minutes to play there. I definitely had them for a big win in my predictions, but not sure it was predicted to be that big. Elsewhere, Cumberland 1-0 lead over Salisbury, 20 minutes to go. And Adelaide Olympic and Adelaide Blue Eagles have just started, and they're 0-0 in the first half. Here's Kamal looking over the top for Kitano.
Up we go! Up! Get the lines right, Pat, press! Press, press, press! It's yours! Billy, yes! Yep, yep. Yep, got that, feel that hold. Good boy on, good boy.
Here's Stam. Larry Latanzio gets a dribble now. Trimboli puts a foot in, so does Falco. It's going to spin and stay in, I think, here. Does well with his body, Falco. Lays back to Clark. Konstantopoulos, Falco. Here's another chance for Stam, but he's, again, just about a second too late to that ball.
When they're playing out, he goes in, you follow.
Falco taking a bit of time out of this game now. Looks long for Trimboli. He looks for an early flick. Natsiopoulos against two there. Wins out. Here's Nunn. Orchard to Konstantopoulos. Jason is really coming to his own in the second half. Beats another couple players, but can't progress forward. Orchard looks for the bounce of Natsiopoulos. The switch is on here to Falco. He does find him. This is the space they have, but the touch is loose. Trimboli helps him out. His touch is also a bit loose and can't seem to keep it under at the moment. Here's Binyam Kabidi being chased down by Baselli. Might opt to give a foul away, but Clark stops him in his tracks for now. Bressan looking long. He's onside here. Kitano gets the touch. He's got to cut it back here. Weston's here now on the left, looking to deliver. Larry Latanzio looks for a strike. Bends the wrong way, unfortunately. He has the shot in anger.
Set it up, set it up, set it up, set it up, Billy! Billy, higher! Press, that's you, half and half. Be alert. Be alert. The pounds, you might have to go in. Yeah, press, don't let him go in there. Press, that's you, press.
Playing out from the back now. Nunn gets crowded out by Kamal. The rebound falls to him kindly. Needs to turn out here. And they do well to play out of this now. Clark. Gaining some forward yards now. That's a good ball into Natsiopoulos. He's found the gap. Looks to flick him behind. Maybe Stam gets on this. He does. Finds Jason Konstantopoulos. Got Bruce Kamau to deal with. Takes it past him. Goes far post. Trimboli's there, but again, another one who gets under it, unfortunately. Hall again chips long. Looks like he's going to find Kabidi. Great touch on the chest. Spins and attacks. He's got a few to the left here if he can chip it through. Natsiopoulos holds him up. He's on a card. He's got to watch out. Karacha.
Connected again with press. Connect again with press.
Karacha goes in strong again. Larry Latanzio uses his body well to keep it. Francese back to Bressan. Played it well here at Adelaide City out of a lot of pressure from FK Beograd. Weston now over the top to Bruce Kamau. He's in behind. He's kept the offside trap. Bruce Kamau cuts inside. Bruce Kamau! What an interception there from Cooper Nunn. Stops him in his tracks. Now he looks to combine with Kabidi. Does keep it alive. He's got someone back post maybe. Kabidi goes himself. No one's there, but Karache goes in hard with Natsiopoulos. Kitano looks for the audacious attempt, but nothing doing. And some more substitutions now for FK Beograd. They're really throwing it all on the park at the moment. As you did say as well, Stamage didn't get himself in the game as much today, and on the 67th minute mark he's going to be replaced by Maxim Ivanic. And Jared Clark, the vice captain who started the game as captain today, is going to be replaced by Alexander Banjak. Another defensive one. So it's again like for like, centre back for centre back, striker for striker. Hopefully for Beograd, a bit more of an aerial threat up front there with the imposing figure of Maxim Ivanic.
Yeah, there's some tall boys just come onto the park there, so
they want to get some set pieces, get some corners, and
well, this is the problem they're having here, the home team. They're trying to play out, and they just can't break through the wall, the Adelaide City press, the wall here that they're creating. I'm hoping to see them just mix it up a little bit, which they've just done.
Another score update there. Sturtline 7 against Adelaide Cove, the Cove FC, sorry. What a season there. Tip to have Sturtlines and the newly promoted Cove FC. John Fusco, what a coaching debut that is. Sure he's going to be happy with that one. Napoli top of the league, Sturtlines top of the State League 1. He's very happy at the moment, John.
Very happy, yeah.
Francese on the far side with the throw-in. We've got obviously one more opportunity to make subs, FK Beograd, and surprisingly they've left Ninko Beric on the bench still, so...
No, I am surprised by that. Not sure if there's anything behind that, if he's underdone or...
Here's Kitano, looks for another one. Kabidi, it's dummied. They've got to get a touch in. And the touch has come from Marcus Orchard. Another one across the face of the goal, and no one's thrown their body at it to get a touch. Kitano there again, combining with Larry Latanzio. He's had a bright debut, Yuki Kitano. Out-pressed there, and here's Jason Constantopoulos. He's got a lot of run left in him. Placed the ball a bit too early, I think, for Ivanic, and goes in strong as well, Jason. They've lost another ball. I reckon they've probably used a whole pack of new balls for the season so far in this game. Banjak now looks for the feet of Trimboli. Weston slips over the ball, wins it, and he does find a pass though. Larry Latanzio tries to go out in front of his defender, but what an interception there from Trimboli, doing some defensive duties now. Falco looking down the line. Weston goes in strong. Banjak getting tackled. Yep, I think he was held there by Kitano.
Weston's looked very impressive in this left fullback role for Adelaide City.
Come from their reserves in the last couple of years' seasons. I think he did make his debut last year. Not sure if it was from left back, but definitely to get a few games. But he's impressive. I mean, I'm not sure what injuries and stuff they have at the moment, but it's a young player coming through, and he's making that left fullback role his own at the moment.
Yeah, he's been good with and without the ball. He's in good positions, knows when to go win the ball.
Falco pressured by Laura Latanzio.
Just a little bit more energy from Adelaide City at the moment still.
Natsiopoulos to Ivanic. Switching it out to the left here. Orchard. Lofts one through to Ivanic. He can't get his head on it and takes his time with it, does John Hall at the moment. Taking some precious seconds out of the game. Pacelli putting himself about, can't make it stick though. Banjak goes up with his head, wins it. Larry Latanzio now faces up Falco. Kitano spins in behind, finds Bressan. Good play out here. Larry Latanzio inside, spins, might he have a shot? Plays it out to Kamau instead. Bruce Kamau. Deflected shot, I think that was from Larry Latanzio. Didn't connect with it well, but fortunately he's won a corner for his side.
Very dangerous in their front third. Players they've got on and players they've brought off the park this year, Adelaide City. I'm expecting a lot of goals, and we've seen a lot of opportunities today in these trying conditions, but I'm expecting a lot of goals from this Adelaide City team this year with the quality they've got up front.
Finally, we do see Ninko Beric go for a little warm-up. I think he'll be the last roll of the dice for FK Beograd. Won't be after a corner here. I think it's from Bressan. Finally one that has been lofted far post. Kamau gets something on it, but it just finds its way to Signorello. Kabidi slows him down, and I think they might struggle to play out here, Beograd. None. Chips it forward. That's the space for Falco. A lot of space to turn and run into as well. Looks for the feet of Ivanic. Karacha wins the foul. What a defensive display he's had today.
It's been fantastic. Again, another great performance again by Paddy in the middle of the park. Put himself about.
He's a very strong player, and he's a bit diminutive in size, but boy does he pack it with some of the tackles and hard interceptions he makes as well.
Just speaking with his coach last year, Barney Smith, and just one of those ultra consistent players that squads need. You know, versatile player again, a lot like Matty Dorber. But he's had a fantastic game today.
Weston floats the ball in, none with a diving clearance. Only back to him again. They'll keep this at the back. Poor pass from Abitu, just gifting it to Trimboli. They've got players out the left here if he can find them. Taken out off the ball, referees play on. Jason's now running with it. Got the overlap of Orchard, he does find him. Orchard, can he get his foot on it? It doesn't, just a bit too much from Jason. They're getting numbers forward now, and he's made that run a few times now, Orchard, but he hasn't really combined with them too well.
With Ivanic on the field, and I know Riley Stan has a big presence too physically, but with Ivanic coming onto the field, FK Beograd needs to look at getting the ball into an area there where he can cause some damage, or it could create a second or third opportunity from a ball into the box or into his feet around the box.
Banjak, first player of the day to pick that off from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, just needs to make him accountable and bring some of the players around him into the game. Something they couldn't do with Riley for the first 60 minutes.
Another throw. Finally picked off again, this time by none, so it took about 75 minutes, but they've finally figured out how to win this ball back from John Hull's kicks or throws. Banjak to Falco. Almost a loose touch. Konstantopoulos bounces with him though. This is a good attack. Falco, big touch. Couldn't find the feet. Now he's out of position. Kamau to Kitano. Banjak applies the pressure, as does Falco. It's an interesting area. Not sure who's going to get to it first. Good defending again there from Nunn. Showing him the shoulders as he went the other way with the pressure. Natsiopoulos out to Orchard. Turned over though. Here's Larry Latanzio. Goes one way then the other, in between two, and the deflection just falls its way to them. And I think that's Kamau limping there. I'm not sure what he did. He got his foot caught in the ground. Hopefully it's nothing doing. We want to see him a lot in this NPLSA season. Good touch from Ivanic, using his body well. Keeps it in front of him. That's a great ball as well to Jason Konstantopoulos. Again, wingers not trekking their line is inexcusable at this level. Another substitution. It's going to be a defensive one. It's going to be Fergus Lynch to come on. Waiting to see who's coming off. Coach Vaspar has to checking how many substitutions he can make after this. This is definitely a defensive one. Fergus Lynch to come on, Daniel Bressan to come off. He was probably the last line of the midfield at the moment, Bressan, and now they're going to put a natural, probably fullback in that position. So not sure if anything would change, but
This
fresh
stage
legs.
It looks like for like at this stage. Some fresh legs in the middle of the park with Karachi.
Hall again chips it. Finds someone this time and battling out there, Banjak and Kabidi. Looks like he might have done him around the head, so he's going to give away that free kick. But if anyone else is watching this at home playing Adelaide City in the next few weeks, you've got to really look at those John Hall clipped goal kicks, clipped throws as well. They just seem to be getting right in the gap where no one is except for the Adelaide City players. So if you're looking at that back home, make sure you take notes for when you play Adelaide City this season if you want to make sure your defenders get in front of that.
That's noted for next Saturday. Thank you for that. I'm sure we've got Danny watching this game.
Yep.
Taking a lot of notes.
Here's Karacha on this deep free kick. Might do it into the back post. It's a good area. Good claim though from Signorelli. Wants to get underway early. Trimboli's got a lot of space to run into, but Kitano's covering the space just as much as him. Here's Banjak. None to Orchard to Natsiopoulos. Jason, this is good play, but Karacha's won that foul. Kamau keeps the ball well. Francese back to the keeper in Hall. Ball just clipped through and Banjak does clear it. Boselli. Kristen to his brother Jason. That's a good cutting ball. Here's Boselli. Spins on it. Hasn't had a shot all day, but defended out well there from Francese, coming all the way across from right fullback. Weston to come out. Uses his shoulders to try and get away from Natsiopoulos. Going to keep it nice and simple though. First few touches in the NPLSA for many, many years. John Hall, chip through ball. What does he find? Adelaide City player.
Just giving John Hall too much time on the ball.
Weston does well, looks for the 1-2. He's going to go in hard here with Banjak. Ivanic holds it up well. Natsiopoulos switches it very well as well. Jason Konstantopoulos. Got a player going on the overlap, but he's gone that way himself. Crowded out, no foul. It's going to fall the way of Francese as well. Kabidi opts to go for speed against Natsiopoulos, and he really shows it. Another long touch as well. What are these tackles today from Cooper Nunn? How does he keep the ball with him? Jumps into him, caresses the ball in his grasp, and comes away with it. Comes away with a free kick, it looks like, as well. Been a great addition to this Beograd team. They've struggled for centre-backs in the past, had to play people out of position over the last couple of years, but they've picked him back up, and what better way to place Cooper Nunn than bring him back in a couple of years later.
And a left-sided centre-back. They're a dime a dozen at the moment, so in the state, speaking to some senior coaches.
Plays it out. Bit of a late challenge there from Larry Latanzio. He's going to pick up a yellow card as well. I think that was on Jason or Kristen. I think it's... No, neither of them, sorry. Not sure who it is, but there are going to be some more substitutions. Final roll of the dice for Adrian Deloya. Wait to see who this is injured. Maybe he's going to be the one to come off. But it's going to be the goal scorer, the only goal scorer of the day, Binyam Kabidi, to make way. And it looks like it's going to be Isaac Martini to come on. So like for like as well, another striker to come on. But one you did mention, it's interesting to see no Karen Stokes making an appearance. He's the one left on the bench. I mean, 1-0 up, maybe bring a defender on, but maybe you don't risk him if he's probably just coming back with an injury if he's not in the starting lineup.
Oh, he's a quality player, so there's definitely something the coaching staff know.
And it looks like
We don't know if he's not playing.
one of our favourite players today, Boselli, looks like was the one injured in that, and he's the one to make way, and Ninko Beric comes onto the park.
So it's their last hurrah now, FK Beograd. Got some big boys in the park and up front.
Got a lot of attackers as well on.
Let's see if they get the ball up to them and test this Adelaide City defence this last 8 or 9 minutes.
Maybe they revert back to a back three at the moment. Not sure. They just got to get numbers forward at the moment. Natsiopoulos keeps driving. Falco, he's one of the defenders going forward at the moment. Needs to put a ball in. He does. It's low. It's bouncing. Hard to deal with, but Abichu does well. Falco comes in again, but comes off his toe, and it's a bit too strong. Goes behind for a goal kick. Less than 10 minutes to go here. If you look at that starting back three at the moment for Beograd, they are going back to a back three. Put everyone forward. Falco's, I'm sure, going to be up and down this side.
Beric looks like he's gone just in behind the 9 there into an attacking midfield position.
Hall finds Kitano to flick on. Banjak and him have a tennis match, and Falco plays it back to Signorello. It's bouncing. It's tough to deal with. Just gets a bit under it as well as Weston picks it up. Puts his body in front. Wins a free kick off of Trimboli as well. As we did say, the young Oliver Weston been quite impressive at left back. I think one of the first games I saw Franchisi play fullback was here against FK Beograd in that Anzac Day game. So it looks like they like to try some new positions out, new players out of fullback when they come here to One Solution Park. And they seem to have a good game as well. Here's Kamal. He wants to have a good game and create an impact on his first game for Adelaide City. Here it is. Gets the 1-2. His touch though evades him. Karacha with a bit of a toe poke. Comes into the hands of Jamie Signorello. It's inspiring though from Weston, who just made that first touch, I think, to Kamal.
See, this is too slow from the home team. They need to get the ball up the park in this last couple of minutes. Adelaide City now get time to set up.
Trimboli doesn't make contact there. Natsiopoulos.
Absolutely. They need to try to create their own luck, and here could be the opportunity for them.
Beric finds Jason Konstantopoulos. Been a menace all day. Goes on the left foot as well. He cuts it back. No one there on the penalty spot. Got to have a bit more power on it though, in my opinion. None. To Banjak. Can definitely see how high the fullbacks are now for FK Beograd. Here's Falco. Looks in behind for Beric. Goes 1v1. Looks to float it into a dangerous area. Ivanic. Beric. He's got Falco here. He's got 2 to work with. He's got to either keep this or win a corner. He does neither. They win a throw in instead.
Home team really pressing now for an equaliser.
Looks like they're going to go with a long throw of Alexander Banjak as well. With this wind coming right against them, I hope he can get under it enough. He does. That's a dangerous area. Ivanic gets the flick. Not enough on it though. John Hall takes it to the corner. Goes down Pickford style. Rolls it out to Weston. Got about 5 or so minutes to go. Both teams exhausted all of their substitutes. It's only the players on the park that can make the difference now. Just got to get ahead of this halfway line at the moment. Signorello. Natsiopoulos uses his body well. Falco gets the touch, but no one in the middle. Karacha keeps it, and Lynch now on the ball. Kitano. Lynch chips forward, looks for Kamal. Nunn tracks that with him. Wins the ball again. He's had a great day today, Cooper Nunn. Second debut for FK Beograd. Larry Latanzio under no rush. Got a lot of run left in him though. Larry Latanzio still comes away with it, uses his body and his speed, and he's going to come away with it again. No. It's going to be a goal kick. See the juniors now creating some voice on the far side. They want to see end-to-end action in this last 5 or so minutes plus added time. Jason looks long for Ninko. Kylo's there though. And now Francese. Kitano. They want one more to finish this game. Kamau. Kitano and Weston on the overlap. They're definitely tied, Beograd, at the moment. Martini. He looks for one long. Only cleared. Kristen Konstantopoulos now. To his brother Jason. Jason looks for the feet of advantage. No foul, played on. Here's Ninko Beric. Looked for a cross, but read like a book from Francese. Doesn't read the bounce though. Beric to Trimboli. Trimboli looking for a little gap. Can't find it. They get just enough in front of it. Larry Latanzio clears even further. Maybe another long throw, I think. Adrian Deloy has asked Banjak.
This time it's with the wind.
So this is definitely going to get nice and deep. Kristen gets to that back post. It looks like he is. He's gone short. Orchard, the left-footed delivery. Can't win a header. Natsiopoulos. Can't find a feet of anyone, and they're on the break here, Adelaide City. Jason, he stayed on side. He's got to cut in on his right foot this time. Floats it back post. Falco's there with no one. No foul as well. He's got to find some feet. Finds Beric. No deflection.
Guess where it's landed?
In the dog park. Don't know how they've got another ball left to kick through. Back to the goalkeeper in Hall, but they're going to take as long as they want from this goal kick at the moment.
And this is experienced by John Hall, just eating away at the clock now. 44th minute, 89th minute of the game. Taking some time. Such an important first up win this is for Adelaide City away from home if they can hold on.
As you did say, massive game next week. Both teams, if Metro and Adelaide City both win, they're going to play off against each other again. But as you are pointing out, look at that gap in the midfield, and where's Hall going to put it? Right there.
They just haven't got it today. The home team.
Come out. Doing well with the ball. Falco does foul him. He's not happy with that. Assistant coach Stephen Pepper giving the assistant referees
as vocal as always
some of his critiques last couple minutes. So you're going to put this in the box. Looks like he was about to go back to the keeper. Abichu now. Martini does get a flick. Larry Latanzio, it's still bobbling around there. Larry Latanzio might get a shot. Larry Latanzio, he's finished it. Game over, Adelaide City. Lewis Larry Latanzio with the blow to the home team, and that's 2-0. I think that's game done. He's come off the bench with great impact. Didn't give up with that one, and he's found the bottom left. What a goal there from Larry Latanzio.
Great goal. Nothing more really than Adelaide City deserved, to be honest with you. They've been the better team for the whole game. And they're going to come away from Frank Mitchell Park, is it? What do we call it now, sorry?
One Solution
Park.
One
Solution Park, my apologies.
That's all right.
It's been a couple of years since I've been here. Fantastic facility. And the away team in Adelaide City going to take all 3 points back to Oakton.
Start of that move was a great little flick on from Martini. Abichu decided to go put it in the box instead of going back to the keeper, and it's paid off with dividends. 2-0 up away from home. What a start to the Parhas reign. Kept him defensively disciplined. I didn't mention that as well, but defender himself, I'm sure that's how you do keep him disciplined. Interesting strike there from Trimboli. It wasn't too far away, to be honest.
It was actually quite a good strike.
And did
using the wind.
Yeah, I was going to say Parhas defender himself. He's kept this team defensively disciplined. Clean sheet at the moment. That's a great way to start your tenure.
Yeah, he was a very disciplined player when he did play Vass, and you can see he's instilled that into his whole squad here today. They know what they want to do without the ball. You can see his style is implementing.
Here's Beric looking for some last bit of run. Jason's got a bit left in him. He's going to cut in. Read that time from Larry Latanzio. He's really put himself about since coming on. I think he has got a yellow card, but he's got some attack. He's won some free kicks, and he's got that all-important second. Jason looking far post. There's not enough there. Orchard, they're going to have to go all the way back now, and we're into added time. Not sure how much he's going to add. There's not many injuries, just that Baselli one. Good skills there from Ninko Beric. Looks for the 1-2, but Kristen's run past him. Banjak finds Falco. He's got a bit of space, got to put a good ball in. He doesn't lift it again. We've said that all day for both teams. And is there a shoulder injury for someone there? That looks like it's Larry Latanzio.
It's a great result for Adelaide City, but I've seen enough from FK Beograd that they are gonna probably challenge. I reckon, looking at what I've seen so far today and so how the other teams, they'll be looking at trying to get that bottom end of the top 5 or top 6 and trying to get into the finals this year. They've recruited really well.
They've got a lot of talent just come all over the park. And games that you need when you've got points that you've got up for grabs. They've just got players that have got a bit of that X factor, and probably not come to fruition today, but we know these players, we know this league. You never know what can happen.
And this place is such a tough place to play. As the weather gets colder and coming down here is a real tough place to play, and they're always really good at home. So this should just be a blip on the start of their season for them, hopefully for the home team there.
Banjak looks for Beric. He gets the flick on. He's defended this time, and Konstantopoulos does great to touch it down. They're really spreading it now. Natsiopoulos looks for Falco. He's got Kamau to take on. Finds Banjak. The centre back advancing. Good defensive tackle there from Kitano, and probably one of the last rolls of the game. Corner in that probably 92nd minute. Kristen Konstantopoulos. Can they do something late on here? The wind's going to hold that up. Banjak's going to get a touch. Adelaide City going to get the important one to clear. Orchard only back to the keeper. They have to keep her in the half if they want anything out of this. Signorello. Little push in the back there from Maxim Ivanic, but Karacha wins it back anyhow. Kitano to Lynch. Kitano to Weston. Calls to go to the corner now. Oliver Weston doing well. He wins the throw in as well off of Banjak. Weston looks inside again, that time to Kitano, but defensive interception from none. Natsiopoulos has to go long. Gets a touch. Is it going to stay in? No.
Back in, Isaac.
Natsiopoulos going long. Does get a flick. Doesn't get a second. Falco. It's a couple back post if he can find him. Goes short to Trimboli. He's got to get a bit of space to get across in. Opts to take his defender instead. And is he going to get past Karacha? No. All day defensive workhorse in the midfield there, Paddy Karacha. Winning fouls, winning the ball. It looks like he's going to be winning the game. Looks like this might be the last goal kick of the game. Regis Kwefelek looks to his watch. Neither of them win the kick. Falco. That one's going to the commentary box as well. Falco, not many options at the moment. Trimboli flicks on. Ivanic is waiting for it. Flicks it back to Kylo. Just stays in the air. Goes out again, another throw in. Banjak against the wind for a long throw. Parhas demanding his troops, everybody back into the box now. He wants this clean sheet. What a start it would be. Banjak flicks on. What a catch. And I'm sure he's going to go down here as well, Hall. Doesn't have to. Full-time whistle here at One Solution Park. It's an away win for Adelaide City, who get their Parhas era underway with a fantastic away win. 2-0, goals from Kabidi and Larry Latanzio, and an assured performance from the Black and Whites.
Yeah, that's a clinical win away from home. Great start to the season for Adelaide City and for their new coach, Ves Parhas.
That's all for us here in the commentary booth. Again, it was fantastic to be alongside you, Simon. Hopefully we'll see you throughout the season. Hopefully there'll be more games, a bit more exciting than this one maybe, throughout the season as well.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
See you guys next week. That's all the action for the NPLSA this weekend, and we'll see you guys next.
Tips for if it's like a what he's done there, like that.